Today we are gonna build a microscale Lego Back to the Future habitat. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are here with my latest series of microscale habitats. The first one was the raptors in the kitchen scene from Jurassic Park, and the second one was the I Am Your Father scene from The Empire Strikes Back. Today we are gonna move to Back to the Future, and to do that we are gonna need to get even smaller than this. So here you can see already we have two different kind of microscale, and today we are gonna shrink it down even more. So let's get these two out of the way and let's start to build right away. Here is my usual 8x8 habitat base, and you can see that I have a lot of colors over here to build up the base. None of this is gonna be seen. Let's start right away. So over here we're gonna build the clock tower and the park in front of it. So with this 4x4, I'm basically building the front, the park, with a little walkway over here, and then later we're gonna add some trees and all the details. Over here we're gonna build the road. At the front is gonna be like this, so this is the road over here. While on this side I will have to lay the studs on the bricks on the side. So it's not gonna be aligned very well. Maybe we can like kind of cheat a little bit without pressing it down too much. But in a space this small, I had to compromise a little bit. So as you can see over here, I have another light gray, which is gonna be the sidewalk on the left side. And here we have the road. Why we did this is because here I have a very interesting addition, which is the fire that the DeLorean leave on the ground when flying away back and forth into time. So this is a scene, of course, from the first movie. Now we need to slide in 3 tiles and 2 power blast kind of thing, and then we can just lock everything off over here with a tile. This tile over here is the same kind of structure, the same kind of base that I was using in the previous 2 builds that you see before. Because I'm running out of bigger tiles, this time I'm just using this 1x2 to complete the frame at the bottom. Over here we're gonna add the DeLorean. I actually built already on the channel a sort of minifigure scale kind of DeLorean. It was, I think, over a year and a half ago. It was not great, but it was a good exercise, a good attempt. And you can see here the effect in microscale is pretty good. Meanwhile, I can complete the frame over here. As I said in the previous video, I think, I'm building up this base, this frame a little bit bigger because in this way the proportion of the scene are a little bit better. Now let's jump to the clock tower. So for the clock tower, this is the structure I have. I'm using some headlight bricks to give a little bit of texture and add some window to the side. This is gonna be like this, and at the front I'm gonna have 2 columns. I think we should have actually 4 according to the images, the references from the movie. But again, we are in a very tiny space, so we need to do a little bit of compromise. So I think the scene now is starting to get a little bit more recognizable. Here we are gonna add a tile in front of this jumper here to make it look like the clock from the clock tower. And over here we need to add 2 trees. I decided to go with this curved one, make it simple, because I didn't want something too crowded. I tried to use the stem pieces, but it would occupy too much space and take over the scene. So I think this is pretty good. The only downside, as I said before, is that the road is not all flesh on the same level. Now let's start to build a little bit of additional building at the back. So this is actually the direction where the DeLorean is going. Actually, the flame should come off after the DeLorean disappear, but again, I'm taking a little bit of creative license to make the scene recognizable. Here I'm just trying out different things for different sort of buildings. Over here you can use some ingots. I have again a sideways technique over here and some headlight bricks again for some window like this one. while that one is actually a printed plate with a sort of door, microscale window at the front. This is gonna connect over here. I consider this as some sort of awning on top of the door. And here then we are gonna need to connect the cable that is coming down here from the front. So I'm basically hiding it at the back there. And then I have a round 1x1 so that the cable can slide back like so. There we go. So you can see the connection is at the back here, and thanks to that 1x1 round, we have the space for the cable that then we can push down. Of course, we need to make sure that the tree is nice and connected properly. And this should give a little bit of tension to the cable to make the scene even more recognizable. At the back there, I decided to add one more car in blue. Let's see if we can put it there without making a mess. It's basically going to be a car that is sitting there at the back of the road. By the way, this is microscale, but if you want to see this scene in a minifigure scale, I recommend you to go check out Brixonville. I will put a link down in the description below so you can see this scene recreated in microscale in his city. But now let's carry on and complete the scene. I'm gonna basically use dark blue for the sky. Here I need to make a couple of adjustments. There we go. And the same thing on the other side. And as you can see here, I added little details. I have a modified brick. I don't have it in dark blue, so I went with black. So it kinda look like part of the sky. Because over there, I'm gonna use this sort of thunder piece that I actually use as a thunder already in another microscale habitat that I built some time ago. And this is gonna connect over there. And now we have the impression of the thunder hitting the top of the clock tower. It would have been nicer maybe to have this one coming from the side or to a different angle, but I tried different thing, and at the end I think this is the one that works the best. Now I'm gonna move this on the side. Please remember to like and subscribe if you like this video, and if you like microscale builds, I recommend you to check out my series of mini Lego set, including the Ewok Village mini Lego set that you can find here on the left. And of course, keep more suggestions for new iconic Lego movie scenes that I can build in microscale. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Ciao ciao!